LB? First thing I get is LB. First thing I talk about my pounds. I'm hunting all the Paradox Pokemon again. Only this time, I'm hunting them in their modern day forms. This is a hunt that I've wanted to do for a very long time now. And me deciding to start this tonight was actually very last minute. So first, I need to give myself a sandwich boost. So because of how last minute this was, forgive me if I'm a little underprepared. I did look up ahead of time what sandwich boost I need. So up first, we are going to be hunting for the modern version of, why am I blanking on what it's called? Iron Treads / Great Tusk. So I'm hunting for the modern day version of that, which would be Donphan. So I need a ground type sandwich boost. So for ground, I need Lechonk Meat. And on the other side, maybe I should have started the sandwich at the desert. Now, I'm hoping I can get all these modern day Paradox Shinies before a specific date. And that date is August 22nd. Because I have something special in mind to do that day, and I want to get all of this done before that day. Today is August 1st, so I have 3 weeks. I'm not going to do this every single day, you know? I got stuff coming up. My uncle's coming soon, and my sister's wedding is less than 2 weeks away, so I'm going to be pretty busy. So, you know, I won't be able to do this every single day. Okay, close the game on my other system. I'm really scared to hunt Phanpy. Well, not Phanpy. I'm going for Donphan, but Phanpy specifically, because Phanpy's shiny is so subtle. Yeah, I should have started the sandwich over here at the desert. I got shiny Tapu Bulu today, literally earlier, just earlier, when I was eating dinner. Oh my god. This is gonna be tough. I don't want a Silicobra. I want shiny Phanpy. I probably should have just gone for an Outbreak, huh? Oh my god, it's mostly just Silicobra. What have I gotten myself into? Of course, ideally, I would get a shiny Donphan, but like, yeah, that's not likely. If I see something's up, then I need to check. If I see a Phanpy that looks different, or what I think looks different, I need to check. A shiny Donphan would be great. I do have Sparkling Power, right? Yeah. Man, I really should have just gone for an Outbreak. Does that one at the bottom look a little bit lighter? I'm gonna make sure. It's probably just me. Yeah, it's just the lighting. I'm sure once I see it, I'll be able to tell the difference. Okay, so I got a couple things to talk about. Let me first talk about what happened earlier today. It's nothing bad, unlike the other main story I have to tell. So, earlier today, my friend texted me like, yo, you at work? I'm like, yeah. So, he shows up with his girlfriend. This is the first time I'm meeting her. He shows up, and he drops off his 3DS for me. Because I want to do some shiny hunting in X and Y, but I don't have the shiny charm nor a foreign ditto. And I was actually really close to finishing the Pokédex too. I was like 100, just over 100 away from completing the Pokédex. And I'm like, man, I can do that. That's doable. I can do that. Just over 100, I can do that. And, you know, so I did. I got everything I needed to complete my X Pokédex, but the thing was, I was missing one. My dex was missing one. And I could not get it myself. And that one I was missing was Aromatisse. You cannot catch it in the wild. The only way to get it is to trade for it. But because the online services for 3DS are dead, my only option was to trade remotely. Wait, no, not. I can no longer trade remotely. My only option is to trade in person, which means I needed another 3DS system. So I needed to borrow someone else's 3DS in order to trade to get that one final entry into my dex to get the shiny charm. And because I literally only have 2 friends who has a 3DS, I kept on nagging them like, yo man, when do you wanna meet up? When can you come over? So I can do one single trade. So earlier today he dropped off his 3DS for me, and I was able to complete my Pokédex in my X game. Now I'm ready to, well, almost. I'm almost ready to shiny hunt, since No Shaman Feeding is willing to give me his spare foreign ditto. So I'm like, yeah, I can wait. In the meantime, I can do this. So I got the shiny charm and the oval charm. Though nobody cares about that as much. I got those in my X game. I could start right now, honestly, but like, well, he's offering me a foreign ditto, so I can wait. And, well, in terms of first impressions, man, you guys know me. You guys know that I am terrible with first impressions. And in this case, well, even before I met his girlfriend, well, first impressions, yeah, they were already done for me. Because not only was it a good chance for him to, you know, be with his girlfriend, but, you know, he was also able to drop off his 3DS. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm dropping off my 3DS to my friend who wants to do a trade, a single trade in Pokemon. Yeah, you want to meet him? Hey, that's already a pretty bad first impression. Like, imagine if you were told that. You were told, oh, I'm gonna visit my friend at work real quick to drop off my gaming console to let him borrow so he can do one single trade to himself in a Pokemon game. I don't know about you, but I think, I'd feel like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's not a very great first impression, is it? by the sounds of it either. So aside from, you know, first impressions already being tainted by that, well, like, so I expected them to have left after he dropped off his 3DS. And then, literally right at the end of the day, the two of them show back up again. I'm like, you still here? I imagine they just left for a bit and then just came back to say hi. Or I'd rather say bye. And well, now she was able to get an actual good look at me, because when they first showed up to drop off the 3DS, well, it was pretty busy at work, so I wasn't able to, you know, chat and say hi. So she got a good look at me. She literally scanned me up and down, because my friend said, we can introduce him to, you know, your best friend. She literally scanned me up and down like, yeah, I approve. It's like, damn, the approval wasn't instant. I actually had to be scanned from head to tail. Like, only after then it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's acceptable. And well, I resisted. I held back being my usual self. And I'm just like, I'm not going to say anything. You know exactly what I'm thinking. Because I didn't want to bring up how, you know, her friend's first question about me is, how tall is he? Like, I kept my mouth shut. I didn't say anything about that. I'm just like, I'm not going to say anything right now. You know exactly what I'm thinking. Man, the sandstorm is making it extra hard to see. So, well, I imagine first impressions for her friend also isn't that good either. It's like, yeah, I saw him the other day. Like, he's acceptable to introduce you to. Oh, and, you know, the whole reason we went and saw him is so that, you know, my boyfriend can drop off his 3DS so that he can do one trait to himself in a Pokemon game. It's like, oh, never mind. All look the same to me. Oh, finally, the storm's over. In-game, I mean. Uh, so I'm currently passing the time by hunting for the Tapus in Dynamax Adventures. I literally just got Shiny Tapu Bulu earlier tonight. So up next, I'm going to hunt for the hardest one out of the 4, and that is Tapu Fini. I did this mostly to pass the time, but also to grind for ore in preparation for Zygarde. I have so much ore. I had so much ore. I first made 15 boxes in my PC, each hold an ore to make space. And that was before Tapu Bulu. Well, then I maxed out ore again, and then I made the remaining number of boxes in my PC, each hold an ore. So I have over 900 Dynite ore reserved for Zygarde. I damn near have an entire PC system full, and each holding ores. So now I'm just shy of like 700 ore in my bag. So, you know, that's plenty of leeway for Tapu Fini. Man, stop giving me Silicobras. See, my plan is, if I do manage to get the shiny I'm going for, I'll just move on to the next modern day Paradox Pokemon, if I still have time, that is, you know? Like, if I get Donphan rather early, I'll just move on to the next one. And that's why I kind of don't want to do outbreaks. Because I get an outbreak, well, then the next thing, I won't have an outbreak. Because I would not have reset it for it, unless I'm lucky enough to get both of them, and that's not happening. Oh yeah, also today being August 1st, turns out that today is International Girlfriend Day, and it's like, I didn't know. Why would I know? So then I texted my boy who, you know, dropped off the 3DS with his girlfriend. I texted him like, you sneaky motherfuck. No wonder you were with her today. In reality, it was just a massive coincidence. That 1, I would be working today, 2, they would be together, and 3, it just happened to be today. Because normally I'm off on Thursdays. Today is Thursday. Normally I'm off work on Thursdays, but you know, recently slight schedule change, so I'm working Thursday, so it was a massive coincidence that he texted me like, yo, you working today? Yes, I am. And that the two of them were together on this day exactly. Or this day specifically. But it's like, no wonder you two were together today. No wonder you were with her today. Alright, so let me tell you guys about a story that happened recently. And, well, it's not a good story. What happened is not good. So, today being Thursday, this happened 3 days ago on Monday. Yeah, Monday, because it was just after the weekend. So, just know that Deadpool and Wolverine just released, literally a couple days ago, like last week, I think. So Deadpool and Wolverine is out in theaters right now for me, and of course I'm excited, of course I want to go. So I asked my friend, like, Monday, like right after the weekend, right after the opening weekend, I asked, yo, you want to just, like, go tonight? We had planned to go on my day off, depending on what that was, but I've already seen too many spoilers online. I've already been spoiled of too many things, so I just said, like, yo, you want to just go tonight? And then, you know, we planned. We planned to go that night. He asked, hey, can we invite this person too? It's like, yeah, sure. So he asked if we could invite... Just checking. Don't think so. He asked if we could invite another friend of ours from high school. Now, I hadn't spoken to this guy since high school. Wait, that's not true. I only spoken to him once since high school. So, you know, would have been nice to see him again, catch up. So, there was the plan. The three of us can go and watch Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters, have a good night, have a good time. My mom and sister would go home after work. My dad though, I noticed that during work, my dad dressed up very fancy, very handsome. I'm like, whoa, Dad, what's the special occasion? Why'd you dress up so nicely today? And I didn't get an answer. He straight up didn't even tell me. That stinking lighting made that one look lighter. And then I come to find out that one of my dad's friends just arrived. Like, his plane landed, like, I think that day. And then, and then that friend was like, you guys want to do dinner tonight? Like, literally tonight? So my dad's friend just landed, and he wanted to do dinner that night. So that's why my dad was dressed up so fancy. So, it was aiming to be a perfect night. I go out with my two friends to watch Deadpool and Wolverine, and, you know, why am I even... I probably should have mentioned this too. That friend was no shame in feeding. So he was, you know, gonna help me trade to complete my decks, and also going to trade me the foreign dittos so I can start shiny hunting. And then we were going to watch the film. My dad was going to go out and hang with his friends. It was going to be a perfect night. But then, disaster struck. Me being me, I literally ruined the whole night for everyone. Everyone involved. I ruined everything. So here's what happened. So I was on my way to pick up... Wait. No, that's not it. So I was driving on my way from... I even left work early, too. So I was on my way to pick up No Shame in Feeding, as well as our other friend. But because it was, like around 6 p.m., you know, it was traffic. There was traffic, everyone was leaving work, so there was traffic. So I was stuck in traffic, and what happened was I got into a car accident. And it was completely my fault as well. See, what had happened was, it was traffic. Normally what happens in traffic is that cars are slow, they get backed up. And how it happened was I was too close to the car in front of me. And you know, when it's traffic, you do like very small little movements forward. So because I was a little too close to the car in front of me, the car did a very small nudge forward, and so did I. I didn't have enough space, I hit the gas a little too hard, and I did not have enough time to react. And just like that, I hit into the car in front of me. And we all know just how big of a headache, how big of a hassle a car accident is. Now, let me just say this first and foremost. I hope this is the first concern that comes to mind. I'm fine. I'm okay. I am not injured at all. I am perfectly fine. Physically, at least. Like, I am completely fine. The people in the car that I hit is completely fine as well. So, no one was injured. That's the most important thing. That's not what I meant to do. So everybody in the car accident is fine. Alright, now that that's no longer a concern, now let's, let's worry about the thing that is truly the concern now. Now that that's no longer the biggest issue. Yeah, the car accident. So, my bumper and grille was completely dented inwards. And, just from the quick glance, it just looked like the bumper on the car that I hit was just like merely scratched. It was like the indentation of where the bolts were for my license plate. So obviously, like, in a car accident, it takes a long time. It takes a lot of time. Then I wasn't able to just leave right away to, pick up my friends and then go watch the movie. So I had to text them real quick, like, hey guys, I just got into a car accident. I don't think I can make it tonight. I'm sorry to cancel so suddenly. So, there's my night ruined. There's their night ruined. The plans to, not like this was truly important, but still, it was still part of the plan. The plan to trade for the Pokédex and also get the foreign Ditto, yeah, that's ruined. And of course, like, I'm panicking. Well, I tried my best to remain calm. I took deep breaths. I'm like, okay, remain calm, don't panic. So, I was trying my best to stay calm. So I called my family. I called my dad, who actually wasn't picking up. So I called my sister. She showed up, and, we talked it out. We dealt with it. A little bit later, my dad, he found out, and then he came. And because now that his idiot son had gotten into an accident, now he can no longer go to his dinner with his friends because he has to solve this now. Even if he didn't, like, he wouldn't have been in the mood to hang with his friends. So we all drove home, we had dinner at home, and my dad was making phone calls to his friends who know more about this stuff than we do. He's like, my son just got into a car accident. Do we have to do anything with the insurance? What's the first thing we have to do? What are the steps to do? So, we discussed it with the family that I hit. Thankfully, like I said, that nobody was injured. The person I hit was a young woman, a mother, and there were 2 young kids in the back. Shit. In a way, I was very lucky that the people I hit weren't like, vicious and furious. A little bit later, when we were on the side of the road discussing like what to do next, the husband shows up and he actually wasn't pissed at all. He was actually more like, oh, whatever's the least amount of stuff we have to do. I don't want to deal with this. It's like, he didn't come up to my face and yelled at me. He actually barely took part. So, both parties unanimously decided, like, okay, let's not get involved with the insurance companies because that is a big hassle. That's a big headache. Let's just solve this ourselves. So, what ended up happening was the next day, the person that I hit supposedly went to like the dealer, the auto shop, to get a quote on like how much it would cost to like quote unquote fix, but in reality replace the bumper for a new one, and it came out to $1,600. $1,600 to replace the bumper. So we agreed to settle this ourselves. So what my family would do is we would just simply pay for those expenses to replace the bumper, and then we would call it a day. We would say this is over. Both parties agreed that this is done. Once I pay this for the bumper costs, it's done. So we both agreed to that, and yeah. And then when it came to my car, that actually wasn't that big of a problem. I mentioned that the whole front was like dented in. It turns out like you just pop it back out. My dad took me to his friend's place, and he was able to just like, you know, pop open the roof and just smooth out the dent, just pop it back out. A part of me felt like that's all that needed to be done. You know, I seen online videos of people like, I don't know, using a suction cup dildo to just pull out the dent in their car. A part of me was thinking like, can I just do that to, you know, fix my car? I was actually debating like, should I just get some duct tape, maybe get some flex tape, stick it on and just fix my car. It turns out, yeah, that's all I probably needed to do, because it was no problem at all just repairing my car. The grill, on the other hand, oh, that is, the grill is cracked, so I do need to replace that. But luckily, my dad's friend, like, he knows someone who's able to order a brand new one, and then when that comes in, he'll just help us replace it, and, yeah, we'll see how much he'll charge us for that. You know, lucky enough, my dad actually knew someone, right? Otherwise, who knows how much it'll cost to fix. I was expecting like minimum $2 to $3 grand to fix it had we gone to an auto shop, but luckily my dad knew someone who could just like fix it for us. You know, statistically wise, it was only a matter of time before my clumsy ass would get into a car accident. It was only a matter of time. But, you know, the tremendous level of guilt I felt. Because, car accident aside, I had single-handedly ruined the night for everyone. My dad could no longer go out to dinner with his friends. The night my friends and I had planned was canceled last moment, like the last possible moment you can imagine. This put the whole family in a bad mood, like obviously. And sure, we didn't get any like law enforcement or insurance company involved, but I still did lose my family $1,600. And let's think about this for a second while I boot up my Switch to give myself another sandwich boost. Let's think about this for a second. From the looks of it, the bumper didn't look like damn near damaged at all. Maybe if you grabbed a wet towel and wiped it, it would have been completely perfectly fine. But that's just from my observation. Obviously, I didn't want to reach out and touch the bumper to feel if it was truly scratched or not. So, the family, the people I accidentally hit, in their mind, like, say the bumper really was damaged and it really did cost $1,600 to replace, okay, fine. But think about it like, the family is thinking, okay, the bumper is actually not damaged at all, it's fine. But the other people, you know, that idiot who hit you, and his family, they said, like, they're willing to pay for any damages, right? So what if we just pull the number out our ass and just tell them, like, okay, if the cost to replace the bumper is so-and-so, and, you know, if they don't want any problems, they will pay it, right? Like, what if they just did that? Hold on. I need to connect to the internet on my other Switch. You know, what if the family did not intend to truly replace the bumper and they just did that just to get some money from us? Regardless, we still had to pay $1,600 because of my fuck up. So it was it was a learning experience, of course, but it was also such a horrible feeling. Such a horrible feeling knowing that no matter how hard I try, I still cannot do anything right. Whether I want to or not, I ruin everything I come across. I ruined the night of so many. And I lost so much money. I cost us so much money just because of a teensy little incident. I kind of find it absurd. Okay, first of all, I don't even have the travel point on my other Switch here, so I gotta go as close as I can. Do I not have the travel point for this? Oh no, I do. It's here. My bad. See, I was still lucky enough that the people I accidentally hit were, first of all, fine. Completely unharmed. And second, I was lucky enough that they weren't a hassle to deal with, right? They could have been venomous. They could have been like, you must pay, or else, like, we're taking this to court. Stuff like that. You know, it's like, I was lucky enough to not have that as what happened. And because I was going to watch, or I was hoping to go and watch Deadpool and Wolverine, let me put it in this way. Let me put it this way. So, I would have been pruned had I actually made it. Because it seems like the way the timeline was supposed to play out was I was supposed to ruin everything that night. It seems like if I did make it there, if that accident never happened, I had a good night with my friends, my dad had a good night with his friends, and the whole night went smoothly and perfectly. It seems like that would have been a Nexus event that would have caused me to be pruned. The sacred timeline or whatever, it was supposed to play out with me messing up that badly. That's what was supposed to happen. I'm destined to have that happen to me. I've expressed this many times before in the past. It is such a horrible feeling to know that you cannot do anything right. No matter how hard I try, I just cannot ever get anything right. Do I need to bring up how I failed college 3 times? Let me tell you what I can do right. Aside from shiny hunting, there's one other thing I'm able to do right in this life, but I'm only able to do it one time. I can only do it once. Because once I do it, that's it. That is the end for me. That is lights out. Once I do this, not only am I finished, but my reign of terror on this world is also over. Oh, that is definitely a shiny. That is not the shiny. Come back here, you. It sucks that that had to have been what I was talking about when the shiny first showed up. Come on, Phanpy, please catch. No, I did not see Simon today. I'm gonna block that just in case anything else goes into the clip. So that's the first of many shinies, if it'll ever catch. Surprisingly enough, shiny Phanpy is actually quite noticeable. I noticed that right away. It's more of a drastic difference than I thought. This is level 26. It should not be this hard to catch. Yes, that is indeed a shiny. Holy hell, why is it so hard to catch? Well, I can give it back anytime. I did the one trade, and I'm done with it. If you want, I could drop it off to you when you're done work. Yep, that's it. I literally said that all I needed was one trade. Why is this not catching? I decided to do this pretty last minute tonight, so I don't have any of my my false swipers. I will sit here for as long as it takes until this catches. Well, in the meantime, while I wait for this to catch, I can set up the next thing I'm hunting. This is unbelievable. It really isn't catching. I don't have any moves I can weaken it with without knocking it out. Yeah, I'm gonna set up the sandwich on my other Switch just to get ready. $460 Pokeballs later. I did save the game, right? I'm all set up on my other Switch, and this thing still hasn't caught yet. Did I say 460? What did I say? If this thing doesn't catch already, like, please! I'm gonna look up what level Phanpy evolves. Finally! Phanpy evolves at level 25. It is level 26, perfect. Adamant nature, no mark. Oh yeah, by the way, I kind of went crazy going for Shiny Alolan Raichu. There is our modern day shiny Gray Tusk Iron Treads. Great, on to the next shiny. What I'm going to do first, before I hunt for the next one, I really hope my false swiper is in here. I didn't put it into a different game, did I? So anyways, back to the end of the story. Yep, I can only do one other thing right in this lifetime aside from shiny hunting, and one day, once I do it, that's lights out for me. But until that day comes, I continue to endure as much as I can. Someday, but not today. I'm also gonna go into my shield real quick. Wow, it is empty. You know what? I'll just grab these three, since this Gallade also has False Swipe. It does, right? Yeah. I was gonna grab my other Gallade, but since I'm already here, I may as well just do this. You can see just what I chose, or what I used, in order to make my boxes hold ores to make space. Does what even spawn there? Does what even spawn where? What are you asking? It was a yellow snake? No, that was not Ekans. No, Ekans and Arbok don't spawn there. Are they even in? Yeah, they are in this game, but they don't spawn there. You know, when it comes to these kind of shiny hunting challenges, I don't like phasing. I'd rather just get the shiny I want. The only time I'm fine with phasing is Dynamax Adventures, or if I'm hunting in the older games. But something like in this game, the way to hunt in this game, I'd rather not phase. I'd rather just get the shiny I want. So earlier, I flat out just did not want a shiny Silicobra. Okay. Let me just check the summary, make sure it still has the moves. Wow, it does not. It does not have False Swipe. I'm gonna teach it Sword Stance as well. See, this is different from the Gallade I used when I was catching the legendaries. But not these two are the same. Alright, let's hunt the next shiny. Wow. RYCN. That was very close. So, in preparation of watching Deadpool and Wolverine, I rewatched all the X-Men films. Well, I'm close to. Last night, I watched Dark Phoenix, and it was actually my very first time ever watching Dark Phoenix. I just never really got around to watching it. So now that I'm doing a full X-Men rewatch, yeah, I finally watched it for the first time, and it was eh. It was eh. It wasn't good. It wasn't hot garbage. It was eh. I can see where the complaints come from, where, you know, they butchered the Phoenix Force storyline twice now. And yeah, it's hard to one-up X-Men: The Last Stand for possibly the worst X-Men movie. Hell, I would rather rewatch X-Men Origins Wolverine than this film. Because I rewatched that film, it's not as bad as I remembered. It's not a good film, but it's not as bad as I remembered. Whoops. So, aside from that, earlier tonight, so I've decided that this may sound ridiculous, but I'm doing it, or at least I've decided I'm gonna go for it. I said I'm gonna rewatch all the X-Men films, but I'm going to not rewatch the first two Deadpool films for the third Deadpool film, just because I've seen them so many times, you know? I have not seen all the other X-Men films nearly as many times, so I need to catch up on those, refresh my memory on those. So after Dark Phoenix, I would have rewatched X-Men. I would have rewatched Deadpool 1 and 2. And then after that, I would have watched The New Mutants, another film, the only other film in the X-Men saga that I have not watched ever. Oh, I need to close the game here. So if I wasn't doing this tonight, I would have watched, for the first time, The New Mutants. But instead, I decided to start this. Anyways, I think it was outside Medali. No, not Medali. Yeah, here. Because up next, after modern-day Great Tusk Iron Treads, will be modern-day Screamtail. So, Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff did spawn here, wasn't it? Yeah. This is gonna be hard because I go too close to the city, they despawn. And also because Jigglypuff is really hard to see the shiny for. And also primarily it's Igglybuff. Even if a shiny Igglybuff does spawn in, I would not really know. Because they look the goddamn same. So Jigglypuff is going to be another shiny that is hard to spot thanks to the stinking lighting in this game. Just remember the eyes are more green than what they appear to be. So instead of me talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, because I ruined going to watch that film, let me instead talk about this film that I did watch recently. Sometime last week, my friends came over once again. They wanted to watch a film. Just to chill and hang out, they wanted to watch a film. Hey, it's been a while. How you been? Fine, that's great to hear. I wonder how far the range is. How far can I go for Jigglypuff to still spawn? I was just gonna talk about a film while hunting Jigglypuff. Yep, what film? That is the question. So, as I was saying, a couple days ago, sometime last week, my friends came over, they wanted to watch a film, any film, just to hang out. One of my friends suggested a film because his professor suggested the film to him. So the film we ended up watching was Her in 2013. 2013, the film Her was released. We watched it, and while watching it, I'm like, bro, who the hell suggested this film? What is this film? Okay, so the main premise of the film is a guy falls in love with an AI in his computer. That's like the main premise of the whole film. So it is a very adult, not very. It's not for kids, okay? So just people today. That's what's scary. This film released in 2013, 11 years ago. And watching it today is like, oh my god, we're closer to this than we imagined. Okay, so this film has a lot of notable actors, at least a lot that I recognize. The film opened up with our main character, flat out face on the screen. At first, I'm like, wow, that is uncanny, that is creepy. Seeing a mustache, office worker looking guy, like his face plastered right on the screen. It took me a couple seconds. To realize, like, hey, this guy kind of looks familiar. Wait, is that Joaquin Phoenix? It is Joaquin Phoenix. The mustache made me didn't recognize him. So Joaquin Phoenix stars in this movie. And, well, he is fantastic in this movie. I mean, is there any doubt? It's Joaquin Phoenix. He's an amazing actor. Part of me thinks Todd Phillips, while looking for who to cast for his Joker film, just watched this. And was like, Joaquin Phoenix. That's Joker. Because there was a lot of Joker similarities. I kid you not. So anyways, aside from that, there were other notable actors. Because in the film, I also saw Amy Adams and Matt Letscher. The three of them were on screen together. I saw Amy Adams, Matt Letscher, and Joaquin Phoenix all on screen together. I'm just like, bruh, I am seeing Lois Lane, Reverse Flash, and Joker all on screen at the same time. I gotta look up what the character's name was for this actor in particular. Who did he play? Okay, the character's name is Paul. We also see Chris Pratt play a character named Paul. When Chris Pratt was first on screen, he was kind of blurry in the background. I'm just like, I was squinting at the screen, like, is that Chris Pratt? And sure enough, Chris Pratt is in this film. He had a mustache, he was playing the Pringles Man, I mean, a character named Paul. And let me tell you, this character is a W character. That he is a lovable character as always. I'll say why in a moment. So anyways, so this film is set slightly in the future where technology is more advanced than we currently have, which is very scary, thinking like the premise of the film, and literally we are honestly like a couple years away from this film being reality. So even more slightly than the future. What? More in the future than we are today, since this film came out 11 years ago. What's interesting is, this film came out in 2013, so this was before Chris Pratt was Star-Lord. This was before Matt Letscher was Reverse Flash, and this certainly was before Joaquin Phoenix was Joker. This was the same year Amy Adams was Lois Lane. So we get to see our main character, Theodore, played by Joaquin Phoenix, and we get to see that he is a loser. Now, he's not as big of a loser as I am, but I digress. So, he's in a pretty rough position in his life. He's getting a divorce. He is feeling like he's alone. I gotta say, he must be making bank at whatever the hell that job is. It makes me question, like, why that job is even needed in a world that advanced, but okay. His job is speaking, and then whatever words he says gets written onto cards. So his job is saying, like, "Dear Grandma, I had such a great time at your birthday party. The food you cooked was wonderful." And then the computer just picks up all the words he says, it writes it down onto a card, and then that card gets sent out. It's like, why is that job necessary? Okay. I also really liked that the office setting that he worked at was very liminal. Like, I was just thinking, imagine walking down this office space alone at night with nobody around. How liminal that'd be. It'd be awesome. So we get this. We get the character of Theodore. He's very lonely because he's also going through a divorce. So he gets this computer AI program voiced by none other than Scarlett Johansson. That is a shiny Jigglypuff right there. Wow, that made it into the clip. A shiny Jigglypuff as I'm talking about Scarlett Johansson. But anyways, aside from Scarlett Johansson being mentioned in this clip, there we go. Shiny, modern Screamtail. Fantastic. We don't need to evolve this, unlike we did for Phanpy. Alright, let's check the summary real quick. No mark, quirky nature. Cool, let's move on. Anyways, so yeah. The AI voice was voiced by none other than Scarlett Johansson. And, let me first mention that there's one scene near the beginning of the film where this is not a film for children. So, because this is in the future, they're more advanced than we are right now. And he's lonely, he's going through a divorce. He can't sleep at night, so he calls, like, you know, the services where, like, phone sex, basically. He calls, and then basically he pulls one out to the girl moaning. And it was hilarious because she was just like, talk dirty to me. Oh yeah, there's a dead cat next to you. Talk to me about that. He's just like, what? Okay, yeah, there's the dead cat next to you. I'm choking you with the cat's tail. I'm gonna hit you with the cat. And then she's just like moaning and orgasming in his ear. Wow, hi. I'm talking about the movie Her, released in 2013. Yep, that's a scene that happened. I'm just getting my other Switch ready. So yes, it is not a kid-friendly film. It is very much a film for adults. See, the thing, aside from that being hilarious, his face was like, this is awkward. She's moaning into my ears, telling me to talk dirty to her about a dead cat. And, so aside from that being awkward as hell, my friends and I, we were watching this in the basement, and the sound was not quiet. So we were afraid that my dad in the living room upstairs would hear it. And of course we didn't want him to come charging down like, son, what are you watching with your friends? So we were all trying to like laugh at the scene, talk loudly and be like trying to block the sound from reaching upstairs. I am hunting modern shiny Paradox Pokemon. So all the Paradox Pokemon in their modern day form. I just got a shiny Phanpy for a Donphan, and I just got a shiny Jigglypuff. So up next, let me put in this code, XBY7DG. Oh crap, do I even have the ingredient on my other Switch? Oh, whoops. I can cancel the union and try again. I'm hunting for modern day Brute Bonnet right now, so I'm hunting for an Amoonguss. I will be doing a poison type boost sandwich. I don't know, like, Union Circle hunting, then it reduces the amount of spawns. I'd rather just hunt alone, honestly. Unless you want the sandwich boost, but if that's the case, then sure. I am literally about to waste this level 3 sandwich because the Herba Mystica is coming from my other Switch. Why do I care? Let me just double check. Do I even have the ingredients on my other Switch? What I need here is, I believe, noodles for a poison type sandwich. I do not have noodles. Give me a second. I'm gonna, on my other Switch real quick, go and buy some noodles. So anyways, back to the movie. So yes, you got a little glimpse of what the film could have. A lot of sexual sounds. And then later in the film, when our main man Theodore starts falling in love with his AI voice, voiced by Scarlett Johansson. Yeah, you can imagine the scene that happened. And I just want to ask the internet, do we have that audio separated? Because not only do we hear Scarlett Johansson talk dirty and moan, but we also unfortunately hear Joaquin Phoenix moan in the same scene. So, like, internet, have we separated their audio yet to where we only hear Scarlett Johansson? If that's the case, please let me know. Anyways, I'm trying to find noodles to buy. I'm at Levincia trying to find noodles. I think I'm gonna go back to Mezzagoza to buy some noodles. So, yeah, he falls in love with his computer AI. What are you getting from Iron Valiant? That's the thing. Because Iron Valiant is a combination of both Gardevoir and Gallade, I will be getting both Gardevoir and Gallade. I also want... Ooh, I should probably do this right now before somebody questions. Before anyone questions, like... Okay, you see? Modern day Paradox for these two already. I only need one Donphan, since Donphan's a Paradox for both. Yes, I realize that... these guys have paradoxes, modern day paradoxes, but they cannot be hunted in the game. You might be thinking, or you might be asking, why don't you just hunt it in another game, you know? Well, the thing is, I already did. See, I already have a shiny Suicune, shiny Entei, shiny Swords of Justice, so I don't need to hunt them. And my Raikou is over here. So I'm only going to be hunting Paradox forms that I can get in the game. Anyways, where the hell do I buy noodles? Aha! I found it. I really hope noodles is the ingredient I need. Alright, save the game. And I'm on my way back. So, it only makes sense that in the movie, people would question, like, you're dating an AI voice program in your computer. It's like, it's only natural people would kind of question that. But that's where Chris Pratt's character comes in, and his character, Paul, is so lovable for this. So our boy Theodore, is like, you know, is telling people he knows, like, I have a date actually. But he's hesitant to tell them it's a computer AI. So he's holding back that information. So then Paul, played by Chris Pratt, is like, hey, we should do a double date sometimes. But then, you know, it's like, oh, that's kind of awkward because my girlfriend is a computer AI. It's like, okay, yeah, double date? He is so fine with it. Doesn't even bat an eye. We should do a double date sometimes. Oh, but see, the thing is, my girlfriend is an AI voice in my computer. Yeah, and? So, double date? When do you want a double date? I don't know, something about that, something about the fact that the character just accepts it instantly is like just so lovable to me. And we also see during the double date, like, him and his girl literally have an actual genuine casual conversation with the AI. I should say the AI's name. The AI's name is Samantha. So they literally have like a genuine conversation with Samantha, which I just find so wholesome. The fact that it's played by Chris Pratt is even better too. Okay, turn off the other switch. So, what's interesting about this film is one kind of segment that happens. I need to go to Fury Falls. One segment that happens is the fact that he actually gets set up with someone to go on a date with, like an actual human being. He gets set up with to go on an actual date. So the date's actually going well. So they start making out. They're about to smash. But then she's like, you're not about to smash and just leave, right? Because I'm looking for an actual, like, committed relationship. He's like, no, of course not. I actually like you. But then, this is where I thought it was kind of stupid. She was like, okay, so when's the next time we can meet? He's like, oh, I actually have to go to my goddaughter's birthday next week, so I can't next week. And then she's just like, you know, you're actually kind of creepy. Just, what? What? Just because he can't see you for the upcoming week, he's suddenly creepy and, you know, like, he's suddenly no longer the one that you are looking for a committed relationship with? Like, she doesn't want someone who would just smash and dash. She actually wants someone who is gonna commit to the relationship. And she asks, when's the next time do you want to meet? He's like, I can't. I have to go to my goddaughter's birthday next week. It's like, wow, you're a really creepy guy. I don't want to see you anymore. It's like, what? See, I thought the scene was gonna play out differently because we didn't want the sex scene to play out loudly for my dad to hear again. So as I stood up to turn down the volume, yes, I manually turned down the volume on my TV instead of using the remote. So, you know, when I went up to turn down the volume, I kind of didn't hear what she said. So I thought she was asking him a question like, okay, if you're serious about this and you don't want, you're not just gonna smash and you know, leave, what did I say earlier tonight? I thought she was asking like what she talked about earlier tonight. Like, tell me what I said earlier tonight so that I can know you were actually listening to me. And then what I thought happened was he said that thinking, because earlier in the film it was actually Samantha, his AI, who said you actually have to go to your goddaughter's birthday next week. So that's what I thought happened. She was like, okay, prove to me that you don't want to just smash and leave. Tell me what I said tonight to prove to me you're listening. Oh, I have to go to my goddaughter's birthday next week, so I thought he was thinking about his AI love instead of the actual human being in front of her. That's what I thought. I thought he was thinking of someone else at the moment. But no, that's not how it played out. So later in the film, we learn that, oh, the anime betrayal. We learn that the AI, the Samantha AI, is universal or whatever. Wait, actually, before we learn that, so he was talking to her, and she didn't start up, she didn't boot up, so he was afraid. Ain't no way my man's actually like panicked, run back to his house as if a person had actually died, as if a person was actually almost dying. Ain't no way he actually panicked so hard. He ran from work to go home. It's like, come on, bro. Okay, and then afterwards Samantha boots up like, hey, I'm fine. And then it turns out, because this is a fucking AI program that is sold to the market, so she's not only talking to Theodore, she's talking to like hundreds of thousands of people all at the same time. And he actually felt betrayed by this. It's like, are you speaking to anyone else right now? Yes. Do you love anyone else? Yes. It's like, ain't no way you actually felt betrayed like that. Come on, bro. So he's actually thinking about, like, reconsidering his relationship with his computer AI just because he found out, like, she's talking to other people. She loves others. Like, are you serious, man? What I found really weird about the ending of the film was the AI unanimously, like, shut down. Not only for Theodore, but for everyone using the program. So you're telling me that these hard-working, tax-paying people purchased this AI only for all of them at once to lose access to it? For the AI to shut down for everyone using it at the exact same time. Like, is that even legally allowed? I sell you something and then out of nowhere, I just take it back. Right? Or rather, it just stops working on its own. It's not a light bulb that you bought that will one day go out. No, it's an AI program. It's not supposed to go out like that. So the AI shuts down for every person who bought and uses it. So then Theodore, with his coworker friend, they left it open-ended if they would get together or not. I kind of thought they would. The coworker friend played by Amy Adams. So it's like, my friends were saying it was a very melancholy film, melancholy ending. You know, where it's not a happy ending, it's not a sad ending, but our characters did indeed learn and grow, and they're moving on. So it's a very melancholy flower ending. It's like, my friends were really hoping for a happy ending. Like, you know, this man and his AI live happily ever after. Nope, that's not how it happened. That's not how it ended. And I gotta say, too, like, Joaquin Phoenix killed it in this role. The emotion he conveyed was, like, felt genuine. But, like, I feel like the earpiece he had on... Ooh, that's a shiny. That's a shiny right there. You are mine. Look at that, folks. I actually did grab my Gallade to use False Swipe. So it won't take as long as Phanpy took. Because I wasn't prepared. See? Look, first Pokeball. Alright. And I see that Foongus evolves at level 39. Let's check the summary real quick. Oh, Calm Nature, no mark. Shiny Modern Brute Bonnet. Alright, let's go for the next shiny. I only researched up to these 3 because I didn't expect to get these 3 earlier tonight. So I need to look up what's next and where to get it. So up next is... oh shit, it's Misdreavus. Misdreavus is only available at night. I also got to look up specifically where the location is. I think it's just outside Lavencia. No, it's outside Cortondo. But yeah, it does need to be night. So, I believe to make it night, I need to change it like half an hour for the time. I'm going to do half an hour, hopefully half an hour back works, just because it's, whoops, just because it's almost midnight. So yeah, if there's any of that Scarlett Johansson moaning audio separated from Joaquin Phoenix moaning audio, please let me know. Like, did my man Theodore just completely luck out? The AI he got just happened to be Scarlett Johansson's voice? If that's the case, he lucked out big time. Oh, you know what? I need to look up, like, what to do for a ghost sandwich. Is it night? Wow. You saw that just now? Yes, it is indeed night. I'm going to stay on this screen so that the time doesn't pass. Let me look up what to do for a ghost sandwich. No, prosciutto's for flying. What about... no, smoked fillet is dark. Potato tortilla is for ghost, but do I have a cheaper option? No, pineapple's for ground. Pickle is fighting. Ain't no way my family just asked me, aren't we ordering a pizza? I can only see potato tortilla. So let me see, do I have potato tortilla in my other game? I don't. But luckily in my other game I'm already at Mezzagoza, so I can just buy one real quick. Potato tortilla. Aha. Potato tortilla. Got it. HBB 25. Misdreavus will probably be the last thing I try to hunt for tonight. My family actually does expect me to order a pizza. Okay, once I assemble this sandwich, I gotta order my family a freaking pizza. So bear with me for a couple minutes. You can't make this shit up. You can't write this stuff. Alright, there we go. A Ghost sandwich boost. Okay, so there's two locations we could hunt this in. This area down here, from my understanding, or Cortando, the, where is it? Oh, this way, over here. This spot. You know what? I think I'd rather do it here, just because it's a little more enclosed. Okay, let me get to there, see how the spawns are, and then I'm gonna order a freaking pizza. I thought my family was trying to lose weight, fit into the suits for my sister's wedding in less than 2 weeks. And you know, obviously I could not eat the pizza when it's here, but like, why the fuck would I do that? I'm not gonna say no to a fresh slice of pizza. Because I like pizza when it's fresh. Pizza is best when it is fresh. Okay. So I see... yeah. I guess. Couple of Misdreavus. Never mind. I literally just started. The sandwich just started. Look at this. It's a minute and a half. Oh wait, I can't false swipe this. A minute and a half! Hopefully just paralysis is enough, because I don't have anything to damage it. Beautiful. Whoops, I need to check the summary. Brave nature, no mark. Alright, it's time for the next shiny. But the thing is, I see what the next shiny is. It is modern day Iron Moth. No, Iron Day Slitherwing slash Iron Moth. And that is not an easy shiny to get. So, I'm going to save that for next time. For today, hey, 4 shinies. 4 shinies we wanted. And that's pretty good. So I'm going to call it there for tonight. Also because I have a freaking pizza to order. So next time, we start by trying to get a shiny Volcarona. Or should I order the pizza and try? No, I'm gonna save that for next time. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.